Assalamualaikum. I hope you all are fine and doing great. We are going to revise 4 topics from grammar skills today. So let's get started. We will be revising has and have, do, does and did, tenses and connectors. The first chapter that we are going to discuss today is has and have. What are has and have? How are they different from each other, and what are their uses? Have and has are both used to denote possession, form the perfect tense, and the past tense of both is had, but they are used differently. Have is used with the pronouns I, you, we, and they. It can also be used with pluralized nouns. Has is used with third person singular, he, she, or it. It can also be used when you are referring to someone by name. So we can say that we use has or have to show possession, to show something belongs to you. Before we get into the rules, remember that verb have is the base form. That means that has and had are not different verbs. They are all just different forms of the same verb, which is have. This verb is used in two ways. First, it is used to show possession. This means that it shows that you have something. For example, if I say, I have a car, it means that I own a car, or you can say she has two sisters. That of course does not mean that she owns her sister, it just means that she is related to these two people. So here it shows the relationship between them. Now it can also be used as a helping verb. For example, I have finished my homework. In this sentence, have is not showing that someone has something, thus not the function of possession. In this sentence, the main verb is finished and have is the helping verb here. We use have with I, we, you, they, along with pluralized nouns, whereas we use has with he, she, it, or singular nouns. The next chapter that we are going to discuss now is do, does, did, and what are their uses. The verb to do. The verb to do has four forms: present tense, do or does, past tense, did, and past participle, done. Present tense of to do is do or does. The present tense of to do is I do, you do, we do, they do, he does, she does, it does. I do my laundry on Saturdays. They do their chores when they arrive home. He does nothing all day. She does charity work when she has time. Now what is the past tense of to do verb? That's did. The past tense of do is did for all subjects. I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. We will use did with all these forms. I did my homework in record time. We did everything we could to help. He did a somersault on the trampoline. Before knowing the uses of do, does, and did, we need to know the basic grammar rules with these forms. The rule is, in the present, if the subject is I, you, we, they, or any plural noun, then we use do. If the subject is he, she, it, or any singular noun, then we use does. This is when we talk about the present. If we are talking about the past, then it's very easy. For any subject, we use did. Let's talk about tenses now. What are tenses? The tense of a verb shows the time of an action or happening, whether it is in the present, past, or future. A tense is a grammatical category that locates a situation in time to indicate when the situation takes place. We have three frames of time. Similarly, we have three basic tenses, that is past tense, present tense or future tense. Present at the time of speaking, past already taken place or before, future expected to take place at a certain time in the future. Let's briefly discuss these simple tenses. Simple past tense. The simple past is the verb tense that is used to talk about things that happened or existed before now. Imagine someone asks what your brother Wolfgang did while he was in town last weekend. The simple past tense: walk, walked, eat, ate. These indicate things that happened in the past. Thus they are called simple past tense. Simple present tense. The simple present tense is used to describe habits, unchanging situations, general truths, and fixed arrangements. For example, she goes to school, I play football, earth is round, ice is cold. These are habits, unchanging situations, general truths, and fixed arrangements. These happen regularly on frequent basis, thus we call them simple present tense. Simple future tense. The simple future is a verb tense that's used to talk about things that haven't happened yet. The simple future tense is used for indicating those actions that we think will happen in the future. In other words, we predict the future. For example, I will go for a walk tomorrow. This indicates something that will happen and hasn't happened yet. Thus, it's a future tense. Let's talk about sentence connectors now. Sentence connectors. A connector is a word that is used to join words or sentences. Sentence connectors are used to express relationships between ideas and to combine sentences. With words or phrases, sentence connectors help you carry over a thought from one sentence to another, from one idea to another, or from one paragraph to another. If we want to make our writing or our speaking more sophisticated and fluent, the sentence connectors help us in doing so. For example, Mercedes car is very expensive. A lot of people buy it. These are two separate sentences that share a common idea, so we can use a connector to make it look more fluent and sophisticated. Like, although Mercedes car is very expensive, a lot of people buy it. So we have added a connector here, that is although. Another way we can write or say this sentence is, Mercedes car is very expensive, nevertheless, a lot of people buy it. So here we are connecting two ideas and two sentences to make our speaking more fluent. Here are different types of connectors. Connectors for adding: she is a beautiful and a pretty girl. Connectors of sequencing: I did my work and then went out to play. Connectors for illustrating: I like all fruits such as mango, pear, and banana. Then we have connectors to show cause and effect. I wasn't feeling well, therefore did not go to school. Then we have connectors of comparing. She is tall like her sister. Connectors of qualifying: you can't work unless you finish your work. Then we have connectors of contrasting. The elder brother is tall, whereas the younger one is not. And finally, the connectors of emphasizing. I like to go for hiking, especially in winters. That's all from today's lesson. I hope you understand it all and will be able to do the work on your own. Thank you, take care and stay blessed.